Good morning, everyone. It is 6 in the morning. Been up since 5 when the birds really started chirping. It's been pretty amazing. I'm just sitting by, the river here, by the fire this morning, enjoying just hearing everything waking up, and really cool. Lots of herons, ducks feeding, and a deer went straight across the river, just to the campsite beside us. So that was really cool. Royce got really excited and kind of was staring at it. So lots of wildlife already. This is the time of the day to get up and seize the day. It's our view of the sunrise. That's okay. The site's really nice and shaded during the day, except for a little bit in the afternoon. Some coffee and bacon and eggs. Right, just getting the bacon going here. This is my breakfast. It's eggs and salsa on a bun, and I've got some bacon going there. All right, there we go. Breakfast special. Delicious. Certain somebody thinks he should have one too. No. The car was super comfortable last night. One annoying thing was at 1 in the morning, somebody in the neighboring campsite across from me was just shining their flashlights a lot. Don't know if they were up late or they heard something, but they were just flashing the flashlight. It just kept like going in the car, and I was like, what the heck is going on? Thought someone was right there looking at my car with a flashlight. So that's one thing about the shade. It's great for the sun and stuff, but it doesn't prevent light from coming in. So I think the next thing I'm going to need is like a blackout curtain to go around for the driver's side, the front window, and the passenger side. I think that'll be a great addition. When I got up early though, I went and sat in the hammock and just sort of took in all the morning, which is great. Breakfast was awesome. So today's plan, I think, is just enjoying the fire a little bit longer, and then going on a hike on the Terraces Trail. And then hopefully we'll get my Alpaca Raft blown up, and we'll go for a little paddle. There's another wild edible. This is dryad saddle. It is a polypore mushroom, and I like pan frying it with garlic and butter. Delicious. All right, we've arrived at the Terraces Trail. We've been here before in my channel. You've watched this. So it's a 1.6 kilometer stroll. We'll see some beautiful wildlife. I'm hoping to see some mushrooms and stuff. Did last time. And we're going to go over some green and red shale. And there's the river that the campsite's on. So right here is where the campsite was. Well, actually, like a little bit up here, but we were right close. And then now we're into this area right here and up that way. It's beautiful in here. I've been here usually in the summertime, fall time, but this is spring. This is awesome. There's like so many things to see in here. I keep my eyes peeled for wild edibles, obviously. Don't want to pick them here in the park, but definitely will film them as they come up. So there's beautiful trails here, lots of little offshoots and stuff like that, so you can kind of make your walk a little longer or a little shorter, whatever you'd like. There is another trail on this in this park. It's a lot shorter, but lots of opportunities. Some parks don't have that; they just have the campground part. But I like Fitzroy because they do have some nature you can explore. This plant is called arrowwood viburnum. It's got some white compound flowers that are here. This is toxic when eaten for humans, but it's great to have in the forest for birds and things like that. Here's another wild edible. Really reminds me of the plantain I see in really disturbed areas. This is black seed plantain, so it's kind of like got fuzzy little leaves, and it's all throughout this part of the forest here. Plantains are edible, and when they produce their little seeds, very high in protein. So the black seed plantain is a native species of plantain, which is very cool. So if you looked at the forest floor here, this is a 3-leaved rattlesnake root. The early shoots are a wild edible, and this is a native species. I find this to be a really, really beautiful plant just down here in the understory. Here's a wild edible you guys may know. This is a wild raspberry. It's got these 3 leaves here, kind of thorny stem, and these beautiful white flowers. One really discouraging thing that I see in this provincial park is European buckthorn. It is very invasive. Displaces native species, so I don't like seeing that. But look what I see in here. It's an insect, like a daddy long legs. Well, that finishes up the terrace trail. Really lovely, kind of a short walk. strenuous for some because you gotta go do like some uphill and downhill work and stuff like that. Let's head to the smaller trail that they have here. And here we are at the Carp River Trail. So this is on the river where our campsite is. So we'll take a look at this ecosystem. So this is really beautiful. Just along another part of the river here. Beautiful trail, pine needles on it. Somewhat shaded, so good for the dog. You all recognize this. This is ostrich fern. This is a wild edible in the early spring with the little fiddleheads. All through here, it's damp, moist, shaded environment. Love my fiddleheads. This is one of my favorite hikes. It's pretty short, but a lot of deciduous trees in here, and usually there's a lot of mushrooms in here in the fall. Don't see too much right now. I'm shocked because we've had a lot of rain. But by the river and in the shade, it's gorgeous in here. So this is lunch. Wraps with, I got melted squeaky cheese, and then veggies with avocado and lettuce, and I got some pickles and condiments in here. This is gonna be delicious after our hike. And we just took a little dip in the river at the campsite just to cool off. So I just want to show you, this is my little, we're just using this for lunch. And one thing is I have a big tank and then I fill the little cans, but I accidentally overfilled it. So turned it on, basically it was sputtering like liquid gas and like the regular, like as a butane gas, and I was like, no, turn it off. So what I did was we just let off some of it because I just didn't want to explode or do something really bad. It just a flame to shoot up like, 10 inches, like that's not right. So if you're using one of those little can-to-can refillers, just be really careful you do not overfill it. And these are delicious. Put a little salsa in there, these corn tortillas. Yummy. Well, it is 1 o'clock now, and I'm going to head out onto the Ottawa River, do a little bit of, paddling with my Alpaca Raft. We have to be off the campsite here at 2 o'clock. So site is super tidy. I'm going to miss it. This is site 66 at Fitzroy. Highly recommend. Just beautiful, especially summertime. You can actually sit in the river, enjoy yourself. So yeah, let's do a bit of paddling. It's pretty hot and sunny. I don't know how long Royce is going to last, so we'll just probably do a quick paddle, make sure the raft is okay and in good order, and we'll go from there. See you in a minute. Well, here's my boat. This is the Alpaca Raft. It's the Forager. So it's a completely inflatable boat, and it packs up really nicely for travel. So I'm just going to use my inflator to get this all poofed up. Probably take just a few minutes. One nice thing about it is it has a lot of storage. So you can put all your gear in here as long as you don't need it like in short order. Zip it in there in this watertight zipper, and then you're good to go. It does come with an inflation bag where you kind of fill this with air and roll it down, and there's a nozzle there that connects up here. But I'm just going to use my auto inflator today. This thing is the bomb. Well, here we are on the Ottawa River. Cooling vest on. I'm just staying really close to shore. It's his first time in the boat since a little while. A bit of a current in here because there's a power plant there, so we'll just be careful. Yeah, he's loving this. You can see the boat twirling around in the current. That's not the wind. This is good. This is his first time in the boat in a long time. Blazing hot out here. I seriously don't think we're going to be out here very long. Ooh, I need a sunburn if I do. And with his black coat, even his head and his shoulders are just hot. So yeah, I soaked his coat before, so I'll give him a little bit of relief. Oh, this is awesome. I kind of want to try fishing, but I'm a little bit paranoid in the inflatable boat. But I know there's good fishing here, so I don't know. Maybe I'll come back in the yam canoe and do that. Because there's really good bass fishing. Right now we can't actually fish for bass, so that's my worry is I have a lot of bass gear, and I'm most likely going to get a bass today if I start fishing, and I can't really do that. Not my license, I'm not allowed to fish for bass out of season. So bass opens up here, I think, 3rd week in June. So we've got just a couple more weeks to go, and then we'll be hammering those bass. It'll be lots of fun. What a gorgeous day. Look at the sky, like just beautiful all around me here. This park is awesome. There's so much to do here. The hiking, the swimming. There's beaches actually just up here and that way. And then we're just sort of pedaling around the bay here, just relaxing. See along the shoreline there's a beautiful flowering plant tree. This rock is literally full of turtles. So this boat is self-bailing, so you'll see the water draining out there, which is really nice, except your butt does get wet. Let's go on shore here so we can go for a little swim. It is just really hot. You want to get heat stroke. Beautiful spot here. There's a bit of current, so you have to be careful. And there's also a lot of clams, so I just didn't want to cut the bottom of my boat. So anyway, pulled it up on shore carefully, not over the clams. Take a look up on that tower. It's an osprey nest. Very cool. Kind of hear the babies calling. I spy with my little eye an invasive species. Don't know how this got here. This is lily of the valley. Do not put this in your gardens. It's an invasive. Looks pretty, smells good, but not good. Those turtles were really amazing. I think those were actually snapping turtles. They were huge. They're probably about a foot wide. So that's really, really awesome to see those guys flourishing. For a while, I hadn't seen a lot of reptiles standing on rocks. And I thought, oh boy, they're in a decline in this area. But, I mean, maybe they are. But it's really, really nice to see them back out again. There's some Mirica gale. It's good bug repellent and good for tea. Quite often you'll find in Ontario along the shorelines. So I'm going to show you guys some giant tadpoles. You probably can't see it in my shadow. Whoops. They're right there. They're about like that big. Well, we're just resting on shore here right now. Thanks so much for tuning in to today's episode. It was a really fun one. Just goes to show you car camping can be pretty amazing. All right, I hope you guys have a great week as always. We'll see you in the next adventure. Bye for now.